Chapter 6.4, a good place to start would be looking at lowest common denominators. What's the lowest common denominator? 5 over 3 plus 7 over 2. The lowest common denominator is, I think intuitively we've come up with 6. You guys know that at this point. But another way of thinking about it is a combination of multiplying the two denominators. 3 times 2. We'll leave it in its factored form. Well, it's the same idea with rational expressions with binomials as denominators. The lowest common denominator is a combination of multiplying the two denominators together. The lowest common denominator between 1 over x plus 3 minus 2 over x minus 5 is, the LCD is x plus 3 times x minus 5. We just multiply the new denominators. Well, how about here? The lowest common denominator between 5 over 3 and 7 over 9. I think we guys know at this point, the lowest common denominator is 9. But we could rewrite 9. If we were to factor that, that could be written as 3 times itself. So if we look at this, we have a 3 and 1. We have a 3 that's common 1 for 1 in each denominator, and then we have an extra 3 here to add in here. Well, it's the same idea here. 3 over x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 2 over x plus 2. What's the lowest common denominator? You know what? Let's factor this denominator here. If we factor it, it works out to x plus 3 times itself. I'll put bracket around the binomial here. The lowest common denominator is, we have an x plus 3 and 1. We'll match it up 1 for 1 in each of the expressions here, just like we matched up 1 for 1 in each expression here. X plus 3. And then in this one, we have an extra x plus 3. There's our lowest common denominator. And last one here, how about 5 over 6 plus 7 over 15? Well, 5 over 6, let's factor out the denominator 6. That can be written as 2 times 3. And 15, that can be written as 3 times 5. So our lowest common denominator is, we have a 2 in one of them. We have a 3 that's common to both, but we're only going to have to use it once. And we have a 5. We'll just leave it in its factor form. 2 times 3 times 5. Same idea here. We have 5 over x squared plus 7x plus 10, a trinomial in the denominator. And then we have x squared minus 4, a binomial in the denominator here. Well, you know what? Let's factor it. X squared plus 2x plus 7 plus 10. You can pause, and I can get you guys to factor both of these denominators. All right. That one factored out to x plus 2 times x plus 5. This one, x squared minus 4, it factors. It's a difference of squares. Factors to x plus 2 and x minus 2. Our lowest common denominator is going to be, once again, a combination of multiplying the two the factors of the denominator together. We have an x plus 2 in one and the other. It's common to both, so we'll only have to use it once. We have an x plus 5 in one of them. And we have an x minus 2 in the other one. And that is our lowest common denominator between these two expressions. Now we're going to use this so we can write equivalent expressions and then add and subtract these expressions. This is a tough lesson. It's going to take a while. You may have to stop this, stop the videos and rewind or rewatch it again and hit pause, and that's okay. But that's a good beginning.